I'm gonna talk about this college football playoff. And everybody was mad that Florida State got left out. So it's Michigan number 1, Washington number 2, Texas number 3, Alabama number 4. You see, I like watching sports. I'm a big sports fan. I've always been since I was a kid. But the problem with Florida State getting left out, Mike Norvell has to do a better job of recruiting better quarterbacks, because the quarterbacks he got behind Jordan Travis, they're garbage. These dudes look like sunshine from Remember the Titans but can't play. Rudemaker, whatever his name is, and the other guy that played against Louisville, they're garbage. And Florida State, Mike Norvell, has to do a better job recruiting quarterbacks. Don't send these guys out there. They're going to send Rudemaker, whatever his name is, when they play Georgia at the end of the month. And Georgia going to eat their lunch. They cannot compete with Georgia with no backup quarterback. This dude is trash. So they need to go to the portal and go get them another quarterback that can play. That's why they didn't make the college football playoff. If they had a better backup quarterback, they would have been in there. That's Mike Norvell's fault. And I don't know why Jordan Travis was even playing in that game where he got hurt against that FCS school. It's like 3-7 or something. Why was he even in there in the first place? They should have took him out. I think he got hurt on the first couple plays in the game. He shouldn't even play. I wouldn't even play my quarterback in that game. I would have saved him for the end of the season. I'm like, look, we can win without our starting quarterback against a 3-7 FCS team. We don't need him. But let me get out of Florida State for a minute. Michigan has to play Alabama. I think Alabama gonna blow Michigan out. Michigan cannot compete with no SEC team. They can't even beat TCU last year. And they got blew out by Georgia 2 years ago. No. They gonna lose that game. Now, Washington and Texas, that's a toss-up. Because Washington played Texas last year in the Alamo Bowl, and Bijan Robinson and the other Roshan, forgot his last name. Roshan, he played for the Bears now, the running back. Both of them sat out. And you can tell they couldn't even move the ball that well without Roshan last year. And Bijan. Because both of them sat out that bowl game because they knew they was going to get drafted. And, Washington had their way with Texas because, they didn't have their running back. So they didn't know what to do. But they got tape on Washington. They run the same plays they run this year that they ran last year in the Alamo Bowl. So they got good tape on them. So that's a good thing. Familiarity with Washington. So I think Texas can beat Washington, but Texas' secondary is trash. And they need better pass rush. Texas do. They need to go to the portal. They need to recruit because they're finna go to the SEC. They need some better pass rushers. Their defensive linemen, the DTs, they're good. The defensive ends, they need better defensive ends. And they need better corners. So they already know what they need. So they need to go in the portal and, have a top 5 recruiting class for defensive ends and cornerbacks and safeties. They don't need nothing else. The running back position good. The quarterback position good. Offensive, they can use some more offensive linemen. But other than that, Texas is okay. They're going to beat Washington. So it's going to be Alabama versus Texas. And I hate to say it, but I think Alabama might win the national championship. Because Texas is not going to beat Alabama 2 times in a row. Ain't no way. Oh, ain't no way. But if Texas don't win that game, I guess Washington, I think it's be Washington and Alabama, and then Alabama going to be Washington. So I think Alabama probably going to win the championship. I don't want to say that, but, I kind of like their quarterback. He pretty good, and I think he's a little bit further along than Jalen Hurts and Tua was right now. So, but if Texas plays Alabama in the national championship game, Texas better be ready to play. So I got either Texas or Alabama winning the national championship. I don't really think Michigan beat Alabama because they're not set up for that. And their quarterback, McCarthy, is not that good. And they better run the hell out that ball. And Alabama offense ain't no juggernaut either. So, they can struggle to put up some points. If they stop Jalen Milroe, they can struggle to put up some points. So it's going to be a toss-up. And I'm glad I ain't have to see no Georgia in that college football playoffs. I'm tired of Georgia. Just like I used to be tired of Alabama. I'm sick of Georgia. Georgia should have lost their game last year against Ohio State. They shouldn't even be in a championship game in the first place. That kicker from Ohio State just missed that kick, and that was just terrible. But that's my picks for the college football playoff. I got Texas and Alabama, and I'm leaning towards Alabama winning, but I'm still it's 50-50 with Alabama and Texas. It's a toss-up for me. I'm really going for Texas. Because I like Texas. I'm a big Texas fan. I'm a big Florida State fan as well. And football-wise, and I'm a Duke basketball fan. So those are my three teams in college. But for football, it's Texas and Florida State, and basketball is Duke. But I'm leaning towards Texas. I hope Texas can win a national championship, because if they go to the SEC, they ain't gonna have no. I don't know if they're gonna have no shot to make it into the SEC championship or even being anywhere near the national championship. Because I don't know if they're ready to be in the SEC. They got to do some better recruiting. But I'm leaning towards Texas and Alabama in the national championship, and both of them winning the national championship. So, but this has been my pick. It's Mola, the arch villain now. The villain of all villains. I'm